At the beginning of this video message, I need to make a disclaimer, which is that the subject matter about which I will be talking fairly soon is in no way being promoted by me, nor even endorsed by me, but this video message is simply for information purposes only. In the county of Suffolk, where I live, we have no motorways. Can you believe that? Maybe we're the only county in the UK which does not have any motorway at all. Furthermore, we do not have any cities in the county of Suffolk. None at all. Towns, villages, hamlets, yes, but no cities. Today, we do have a cathedral, I should mention, in Bury St Edmunds. Now, quite often where there is a cathedral, the location is classed as a city, but no, Bury St Edmunds is a town in which there is the Cathedral of St Edmundsbury. Something about the cathedral that I've seen online just about an hour or so ago, which, and if you go online, this tells me about the St Edmundsbury Cathedral. It says, for over 1,000 years, the site of Suffolk's cathedral has been one of worship and pilgrimage. So the cathedral, which is known as St Edmundsbury Cathedral, because it is in the diocese of St Edmundsbury and Ipswich, that has been a site of worship and pilgrimage for over 1,000 years. Got me to thinking that about pilgrimages, and I'm going to mention this just in passing in this message. When we look in the book of Psalms in the Hebrew Scriptures, we see that Psalms 120 to 134, so Psalms 120 through to Psalm 134, 15 Psalms are called Psalms of Ascent. Some people call them the pilgrimage Psalms. And the pilgrimages to which these Psalms relate were the three pilgrimage feasts, which are prescribed in the Hebrew Scriptures. No longer possible, of course, but they were adhered to for many, many, many years, and they were the feasts of Passover, of what we now call Pentecost, and then in the autumn, the Feast of Tabernacles, or the Festival of Tabernacles. So people, Jews were expected, male Jews were expected to go to at least one of these pilgrimage feasts and festivals during the course of their lifetime. But I won't dwell on that. What I do want to mention is something which I saw today on my travels. And my wife and I, we went from Ipswich, where we live. We drove to Bury St Edmunds, through some of Bury St Edmunds on our way to a place called Ickworth House, which is about 3 or 4 miles or so outside Bury St Edmunds. And as we were travelling along the road, we saw a large poster, very large poster, advertising a beer and cider festival. And that's the title I'm giving this particular message today, the 23rd of August 2023. There was a large advertisement for a beer and cider festival. Well, there's nothing unusual in that, because beer festivals are held all over the place, almost all of the time. But what particularly caught my attention was that the venue for the beer and cider festival is the St Edmundsbury Cathedral. So I went online and just had a look at this beer and cider festival, and I can advise you, if you don't already know, that this year, 2023, is the 31st East Anglian Beer and Cider Festival. And this year, not for the first time, but this year, now, between the 23rd of August and I think it runs to the 28th of August. It's being held in St Edmundsbury Cathedral, and I can see there's a photograph here, probably from the last time when the festival was held there, and I don't know whether this will work if I hold this up to the, oh, it might do. There is the interior of part of the cathedral, and you can see there are many dozens of barrels of what will be beer and or cider, because there are several hundred varieties of beer and several dozen varieties of cider on offer. And the event, this beer and cider festival, is being held, it tells me online, by kind permission of the Dean chapter. As I've said, I can see here now, 250 real ales and 40 ciders, food stalls, and the cathedral will come alive with a sound stage and a full entertainment programme. Well, for over 1,000 years, it says online that the cathedral has been the venue or the site for where people go to worship, and they engage in a pilgrimage there. And I found on a different website that the very Reverend Joe Hawes, who is the Dean of St Edmundsbury, said, quote, "We are thrilled to host the East Anglian Beer and Cider Festival once again this year. The festival is a wonderful way to pay homage to the Benedictine hospitality of our roots at the Abbey, and also to welcome new people to our cathedral." So, as the expression goes, there you have it. And I'll end this video message now because, as I said at the beginning, I just will repeat the disclaimer that in publishing this video, I am not promoting this particular beer and cider festival, nor am I endorsing it, simply offering you this information for you to consider.